Welcome back to the Meadowlands Environment Center. My name is Miss Vicky.
And I'm Miss Corinne.
Today, we will be introducing you to some of the invertebrates that can be found here living in our salt marsh habitat.
Invertebrates are animals that have no backbone or spine. There are many invertebrates that can be found in our salt marsh, including crabs, which we've talked about in recent videos. But today we're going to be focusing on some of the smaller invertebrates, one of the most common being grass shrimp. Grass shrimp are crustaceans that can be found living in our salt marsh habitat. They are much smaller than shrimp you would eat, growing only up to about 1.5 inches in length. Grass shrimp have transparent bodies. This helps them to camouflage with the muddy salt marsh waters and hide from predators like killifish and blue crabs. They have 5 pairs of legs for a total of 10 legs, with the front pair being claws that help them to feed. The grass shrimp that we find here can also be found all along the Atlantic coast in tidal areas. We can find grass shrimp in the salt marsh by scraping nets along rocks at the bottom of the water. During tide transitions, they will cling to these rocks. They are also easier to find near vegetation growing in the water. Grass shrimp start their lives as plankton, floating along the top of the water. As they grow, they move to the bottom of the water, where they spend their lives as adults. Grass shrimp grow by molting, shedding their hard outer shell, known as an exoskeleton, and growing a new one. After molting, grass shrimp will feed on their shed exoskeleton. Take a closer look at the grass shrimp in the video. Do you see a sac carefully tucked between its legs? This is a female grass shrimp. When a female grass shrimp carries her eggs, we refer to it as being gravid. She keeps the eggs safe until it's time for them to hatch 12 to 20 days later. Grass shrimp get their name from feeding on grasses that are decaying at the bottom of the water. This decaying material that can be found all along the bottom of our salt marshes is called detritus. They also feed on worms, algae, and tiny crustaceans. Other invertebrates that can commonly be found here include clamworms, amphipods, and midge larvae. Clamworms can be found all along the northwest Atlantic Ocean, as well as the Gulf of Maine and South Africa. They can grow up to 6 inches in length, but most are smaller. They have 4 eyes on their head. When adults, amphipods are extremely small, measuring about 1/2 inch in length. There are nearly 10,000 species of amphipods that can be found in all bodies of water, such as oceans, lakes, streams, and bays. The common name for midge larvae is bloodworm because their bodies contain high levels of hemoglobin. They go through complete metamorphosis, emerging from the water as midge flies. As adults, midge flies look very similar to mosquitoes, but they do not bite.
Did you know that grass shrimp can cast off their legs and regenerate new ones, similar to other crustaceans like crab?
We hope you enjoyed this video, and we look forward to hearing questions that you have about these different invertebrates living in our salt marsh habitat.